Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on deadly fun archaeology. On the left side, as the Orks, we've got Kekuy. On the right hand side, as the Deathcore Krieg, we have got MrBlueDude. MrBlueDude will be opening up with a couple of Jaegers, an engineer squad, a field barracks, and a field generator. Whereas Kekuy is going to go for a couple of slugger boys, got squad, boys hut, and a generator. There's big, mean, and green lads versus the coolest blooming space Germans you've ever done did seen. And yeah, it's quite exciting. So it's a belated happy birthday to Dawn of War. I mean, how old is it now? About 20 years old? I was 12 years old, boys and girls, when I first laid mine eyes upon this game. We went to our local Sunday farmers market kind of thing, and there was a cheeky old chap in the corner selling cracked discs. Because back in those days, believe it or not, boys and girls, you didn't download games. You had to physically buy something called a CD, a compact disc, some would call it. You had to put it into your computer and install things. And yeah, that's it really. That was my gaming life. And it's such a surprise that in 20 years' time, they haven't really improved on things. Apart from obviously the mod people who have, added all their bits and bobs and made this game live for as long as possible. So massive appreciation to the UA people, the Unification people, the Pro people, any kind of people who do any kind of shenanigans to keep this game alive. It's given me, something to do, a little bit of a hobby, a little bit of a side pocket change as well. But on with the game, we've got some soldiers, which is interesting. Are you not going to go for a Lord General person? No, you are not. You're just going to go for some soldiers, and you've actually reinforced them to quite a sizable amount. Okay, right, so you're getting a bunker. You've got 2 squads of soldiers, and you're just hunkering down on this side, making sure that the Orks can't capture this bit over here. I do quite like how the bunker isn't placed smack bang on top. It's placed just over here, so you've got nice choke points for it to defend, as well as just on the cusp of preventing anyone getting within range. So, very nice placement. The big mech is out. We've also got the Shoot Boy squad as well. Shoot Boys came out first to do the capping stuff, I imagine. And these guys will probably just teleport in and start shooting some stuff up. Although there is a significant amount of soldiers. And the bunker finishes just in the nick of time. Engineers jump inside. It takes a little while to get that gunfight on the go. But once it starts, watch those Shooter Boys melt away into the thickness. Also, a general slur being placed upon them by that bunker as well, so entire Shooter Boy squad absolutely wiped from the face of the planet. But actually, no, it doesn't quite stretch out to cover this strategic point, so maybe a little bit more on this side might have been beneficial for them. But I mean, 1 dead Shooter Boy squad, and I mean, what a bunker costs, I think it's a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, so definitely worth the investment for covering all these choke points here as well. Everyone's capturing their bits and bobs on the furthest and farthest side. Relic being captured by the Orks. In fact, yeah, it's always a relic that's usually captured last, as it takes a fair while to do so. Big Mech now joining the Slugger Boys, thinking about going a alternate route, as this is now Deathcore Kriegland. And to be fair, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, this is quite a difficult structure to take on in Tier 1 without some substantial firepower on the go, so may as well potentially think about going down the other side, but the Orcs instead thinking about playing defensively. Slugger Boys using their sluggers, as they won't be able to catch up with these soldiers who would move a little bit faster by the looks of things. They're going to run all the way back. Not quite into the bunker. They were thinking about it. A little bit of teasing going on there. Soldiers not quite being able to capture this. They don't really want to stand around if they lose the morale. Oh, no, are you going to stand around? No, you're not going to stand around. If they lose the morale in this situation, then you lose basically the entire squad, as they will point blank refuse to, run away. Be very careful with your positioning in the early game with the Deathcore Krieg, especially with this much money being invested in the squads here. Currently no Vox Center for them, so no weapon upgrades, but a Tier 2 soon to come. The Orks, how are you doing for Tier 2? You are on 25%. Not 25%, so these are not Necrons. 25 population cap. So plenty of time to go before you're able to get to Tier 2. Shooter Boys have been reconvened. And yeah, they're just going to stay on this side of the strategic points, I imagine. Soldiers almost being wiped out there. Still got a fair few lads in there to reinforce. And it's a bit of a standstill at the moment. The Orks have got the area. Will they be able to put on a listening post to it? I don't know if that's a worthy investment, as it's a bit risky. Also, it does tie up one of your grot squads, which you probably want to be doing stuff like building up war banners. You have the pile of guns that we saw earlier on, so the big shooters are on the way, and that will absolutely melt these soldiers to oblivion. There's a lack of numbers as well. We've got some Jaeger squads. These guys can thread on some smoke, which will make them infiltrated. They can also get some crack grenade launchers when Tier 2 and the Vox Center is built up. So a nice, easily anti-vehicle transition when they hit that Tier 2, should they wish. If they plan to go for the upgraded infantry kind of style of play. Big Mech, nice surround there. Able to potentially take on the Jaegers. The one problem for them is that they can get infiltrated, but the Big Mech can spot them. He's got a big old brain. Shiny peepers to be able to spot people as well. Jaegers have had their morale broken by something. Not sure what. Was that just a couple of shots from the Grot Squad? They managed to reconvene their morale just a smidgen. Probably want to get out of there just in case. Grot's able to hang around and repair that listing post. But here come the crack grenade launchers on the Jaegers. Down over on this side, the Big Mac has decided to double down on this side. Like we mentioned earlier, the engineers narrowly surviving by jumping inside the observation post at the last possible moment. Assuming you're going to be manoeuvring around somewhere else. That is you down. Oh no, he didn't quite get out of there. Being thrown in the air. Very unfortunate. Good economy is 110 and 20 compared to 98 and 30. Blue money advantage to the Orks. Green money advantage to the Death Corps Krieg. I was about to call them the Kaiser's men for a second then. Advanced weapons training for more damage and the like. You can now get their plasma guns, flamers, grenade launchers, and melter guns. Can't imagine plasma guns being all that useful against the Orks presently. Orks do have a few listing post upgrades. Oh, you're going to go for Storm Boys. Okay, well then maybe plasma guns might be an idea because they are heavy infantry. But that being said, even though they are heavy infantry, they do still die pretty quickly. Come the crack grenade launchers, and that is one listing post. Taking down very little effort from them. Got to be very careful to make sure that your listing posts are nice and safe. Attempting to build up another bunker, but the Big Mech is just not having it. Quick salvo of big shooter fire takes down that entire engineering squad. The Jaegers also suffering a little bit. Could really do with throwing down some smoke, but actually no, I lie again because Big Mech can still see him in the smoke. Well, they have thrown some down, but won't do him any favours. That bunker has been denied. Got the soldiers are going for some regular old grenade launchers, but the Orks are now in heavy cover. Slugger boys going for knobs, as well as the shooter boys in tow. We've got some sluggers chilling out over on this side. But the Orks don't seem to want to really go for it. You could probably take these guys on. Well, I suppose the Big Mech's already uses jumping juice. Gonna wait for that to reconvene before sending himself way on over. If you could jump over right on top of them, break the morale, and that is 2 squads of grenade launcher armed soldiers. I mean, what is that? That's 20 blue and 15 green. Not the most expensive weapon for an upgrade, but certainly don't want to lose them all the same. Heavy weapons platoon going for a auto cannon. Not a bad shout. And where the Storm Boys go? Ah, you're over here. That's good. You're still alive. I know it's a tier 2 now. Yes, you are. That's good. We'll watch from the Death Corps Krieg side of things. Because I like the voice lines. It's just very nice German fun time all around. It's like Oktoberfest. And to be fair, it's October very soon. Oh my goodness, match idea. Orks versus Necrons versus Death Corps Krieg versus Night Lords. Obviously, Necrons and Night Lords for the Halloween theme. Bloomin' Death Corps Krieg for the Oktoberfest theme. And Orks for the Orktober theme. There we go, that's the match that we need to see. A free-for-all 4-player game. See who earns the spooky month or the beer month, depending on how you work it. Slugger boys are not sluggers. You are Storm Boys. You've got your power claws, great for decombobulating buildings. But mind you, these blooming cracked grenade launchers are, if I can dare use some youth slang here, but are a bit cracked. Look at that. I'm young. Yeah, granted, I was 12 when this game came out, so I'm 32 now, but I do know the slang. Yeah, these Jaegers are just gonna... I mean, the listing posts can't even defend themselves, so we're just gonna go around and slowly but surely dismantle the Ork economy. Orks definitely need to be a bit more proactive. Just jump the Big Mech in. There we go. Oh, that was a bit too far. A bit too far, Kekuy. He bits off more than he could chew. That is all the Slugger boys dead. Shooter boys even, sorry. Heaven forbid if he just jumped down, killed those Jaegers, and moved back, but those auto cannons utterly wiping out things, even though they were in the heavy cover. Did them absolutely no favours whatsoever. Storm Boys not able to really get over on the bunker. The bunker seems to have increased its range a little bit. Although maybe that listening post got a bit more of a hitbox on it. That might be the reason. Yeah, the Orks were in a commanding position for a little while. But then the Death Corps said, right, well, we'll just use grenade launchers. And the Orks like, what? You can't do that. That's not melee combat or las gunfire. You're cheating. Can't use advanced weaponry on us. Well, the shoot boys are back out. Definitely need to tie up this heavy weapon platoon. They've got double Storm Boys, or Slugger Boy squad, and a Shoot Boy squad. I've been out here to put the big mech inside the Slugger Boy squad. Just teleport them in. All the melee chasing everyone around, and health the Shoot Boys cleaning things up. Here come the Storm Boys. They've really, really got to focus down these lads, but also the grenade launchers are knocking them back, giving the platoon weapon squads a bit of maneuverability. We'll keep on top of them. One squad of soldiers losing their morale, getting a little bit lost in the weeds. Now have that Storm Chimera coming forward like a regular old Chimera, but I do believe you do a little bit more damage when you get that Pintle Heavy Stubber on you. Big mech teleport around the flanks. Heavy weapons platoons seem to have gone kaputs. There we go, the Orks managing with a little bit of fandanglery to source out the Death Corps Krieg, but that bunker still being a huge nuisance. Now also putting a bunker down on this side as well. We absolutely need to see some tank busters to be able to do some bunker busting. Storm Boy's taking care of the... What are you? You are Jaegers. Don't quite have the chutzpah to be able to stick around any more time. There we go, here's the tank busters. They'll be having a much better time against those bunkers. Storm Boys now seeing if they can do some stuff. And to be fair, the Storm Boys could just go over here and then jump over. There's plenty of squishy stuff around here the bunkers can't defend. I mean, they're going for the observation post, which is, yeah, that makes sense. That's a really good idea. There are also observation posts around the neck of these woods. Going for tier 3. Economies 116 and 50. And 80 and 30. So, no happy economics for the Orks at the moment. Or Orkonomics, if you pardon that. Really intelligent play on words. Oh, here comes the Siegfried. A mighty tank. My question is that, like... There must be, like, a really small man in there, surely. Unless, of course, the man's just huddled in a really small place. Or maybe it's just a child. Maybe it's just a wee child in there. Can't let the adults have all the fun, can you? I'm sure the Death Corps Krieg's children... Although they don't have kids, do they? They're cloned, from what I understand, into adults. So they're all technically children-esque, but... I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Maybe some of you lore sages in the comments can correct me or inform me on this. Yeah, a couple of Siegfrieds, they're just bullying the Orks somehow, somewhere. The Orks are just intimidated. Just thinking, oh, they must have something planned. Why would it just come at us at that size? Just doing a little bit of a drive-by there. As double Siegfrieds taking care of the sluggers down on this side. Tank busters there. Getting a... Oh no, you're not a tank buster. You are a war track. Storm Boys jumping on top of the bunker. Again, I don't think this is the plan. This is not what you want them to do. Just leave the tank busters to do their business. Get these guys attacking something soft underbelly of wherever that is. Siegfried, actually remarkable, you know, resisting the incoming damage. You'd think that something with only 1,200 health would die due to a volley of tank buster fire, but I suppose the accuracy on these guys isn't amazing neither, is it? Siegfried's deaded. DED. And one Siegfried coming over here. Storm Chimera like a mummy tank looking after its little babies. Furious that they've lost one of their young. The Orks cannot seem to move through, and actually the big mech using one of his teleports to get the heck out of dodge. So no aggression going to be coming from the Orks for a little while at the very least. What's coming on from your side? You're going to get some blasty research, but nothing much else. What about you guys? You've got a commissar just to keep the men calm. Some trench raiders. There's something inside the assembly plant. Wonder what that is. And I'll have to watch from the Ork perspective so we can see what the tank busters are up to on the grots. Always got to remember that the grots are still... They do barely any damage. Sometimes kind of get a good old stab in there. Storm Chimera and heavy weapons platoon firing away at this. Can you still put heavy weapons platoons inside the Storm Chimera? Yes, you can. I do believe now it's only one squad. It used to be two. And that was quite a strong strategy in the previous patch. Oh, also, by the by, this is the penultimate game on this current patch. After I've done this game, we've also got a Tau Civil War game coming on Friday. And then that will be it for this patch. So, you know, enjoy it while it lasts, boys and girls. And I'll have to probably do some videos on the patch notes or something. Laughing Max has done one there. I'm familiar with him. If you watch the co-casts, definitely recommend that because he does a deep dive. I won't be doing a deep dive if I get round to doing a video at all, which I don't know if I will, because I've got other games to play, like Blood Bowl and Frostpunk 2. Fantastic little games right there for you. The Lord General's command squad is now out. He's going to go for a Master Boxcaster to bring down the heavy ordnance from on high. The Orks just keep on trying to push on. They have killed the bunker on the northern side. Stormboys also racking up some body counts on the far north. Deathcore Krieg, they've got their trench raiders, or your grenadiers, don't mind me. Lots of firepower coming from them, using traditional bullets rather than the standard lasgun of the Imperium. Sometimes the old weaponry is just as good as the new. Slugger Boys just chilling out down here. The Orks capture the contested point way far away. Now they're going to come in to do some defensive stuff. It is only... oh, it's two squads of Storm Boys. 8 in one squad, 5 in another. They're going to come around the flanks. Try and focus down on the Grenadiers, but we've also got a Ragnarok over here, blasting apart those Storm Boys with gay abandon. Tank Busters firing at the infantry. Probably want to sneak them around the side and focus on the Ragnarok. Well, there's lots of sluggers and chaff going on here, attempting to kill those Grenadiers. Still 10 models in their ranks. Storm Boys chasing away Storm Chimera, almost getting him, but not quite. The Lord General squad has now actually got 2 Master Boxcasters. Ideal players to bring down some ordnance. Will you lose your Grenadiers? Yes, but will it be glorious? Also yes. Big Mech, I don't think I've seen him use the Big Mech Zap ability. Very unfortunate. Big Mech now also goes down as well. Massive problem for the Orks. But one Slugger Boy squad with 16 models inside. Not often that you see a Slugger Boy squad at that size. And it's a really scrappy fight. All the positioning for everyone's a little bit skew-whiff here. I suppose the Orks don't mind it. As long as they're pushing things back. Tank Buster now able to get a few shots off on the Storm Chimera. Both of these lads quite low on health. I think the Ragnarok also went down in that engagement as well. Yes, absolutely. But the heavy weapons platoons really just utterly wiping out the Orks. There's no Storm Boys left. So unable to really accost the Deathcore Krieg any further. No more vehicles coming out. Nothing else from the mech shop as well. Oh, the boys. So you've got plenty of money there, Kekuy. Although I suppose at this point he's focusing a lot on his micro. And sometimes when players focus on the micro, they tend to let their macro go by the wayside. He's now starting to spend it. Going to get a war track and some more Storm Boys, but it's a little bit too little too late. How's your economy for you? You've not got much saved up, so MrBlueDude spending every penny he could possibly get on a replacement Ragnarok, amongst other things. Storm Boys are like, oh, for goodness sake, there's some infiltrated tank busters. Fine, Orks, we'll watch from your perspective still. Got some fireworks going off, which is very nice. So I assume that means you're calling something in? Yeah, you are. There's a good chunk of damage to the buildings. Not quite getting that mech shot. I suppose listing post was a more important target. More war banners on the way, and that is something that Kekuy has kind of forgotten to do, is as the game's gone on, to build up more war banners. Orks now charging on in. It's a desperate last chance. They know what's going on here. They've lost a good chunk of their economy by losing a couple of listing posts here and there. Actually, it doesn't really matter because you've still got a lot saved up, so hold the line, gentlemen, hold the line. Or gentle Orks, even. And just focusing on that Ragnarok. There's a lot of rockets coming in. Oh, but a beautiful little Valkyrie fire. Dear, oh dear. Those tank busters didn't enjoy that at all, did they? Triple war tracks. And currently the only anti-vehicle stuff that the Deathcore Krieg have is their Ragnarok. We've got soldiers with grenade launchers. Look at these trench raiders taking the fight to the Orks. Coming in, raiding their trenches. Very impolite if you ask me. And the Orks not quite being able to push back that Ragnarok. Really do have the engineers coming over. There they are. Coming in for some field repairs. And the Orks, are you building anything else up? I think you might have pieced out. Yep, Kekuy throws on the GG. I think that fight could have been a lot more for a lot longer if Kekuy did indeed keep his macro on the go by buying things and taking up. I suppose Tier 2 is now here. Deathcore wiped out the Ork army quite considerably. Yeah, they could probably maybe hold out for a little bit longer, but by then Deathcore will be in Tier 4, Zeppelins will be coming over, and then that will be all she wrote. So cheers MrBlueDude for sending this game into the Discord, and if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week, and there is also Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. Now see you in a bit. Peace.